all about it because I'm going to have money and I'm going to have the high rises. And I could have had all of that at 24 if I played ball with my Wellesley grandmother, which I didn't. And I had no intention to because she's an evil bitch. I also had a lot of people who would hear about my grandmother and the vast wealth that she had to offer me, and they thought I was very stupid for turning that down. What they didn't know is that my grandmother went to Wellesley College, right where Hillary Clinton went, was a part of secret lady societies that worship owls next to fires, and she went back to college after she found out she couldn't have children of her own. And what that did to my grandfather, you can guess what my grandfather did, Grenville Clark Jr., who was a Harvard lawyer and a senior attorney at Ropes and Gray in the Seaport. My real grandmother is probably his secretary from Ropes and Gray in reality. It's not really fucking funny. I mean, it's kind of messed up. There were a lot of secrets. But going back to the loss of my MMA career, when you tell me, oh, don't worry, you're gonna be rich, you're gonna have like mad girls and like I didn't give a fuck because I had a passion for mixed martial arts. I was an exceptional wrestler back in my day as a young guy, and I had that all pulled away from me after just an entire life of winning medals and placing in tournaments and breaking weightlifting records at the age of 18. So then when that all fell out to me, sure, then I transferred to UMass Boston from Mass Bay and did the whole college thing and put on an act for her so that I'd at least have access to a small stipend that was included in the inheritance my grandfather left me when I was 3, which I have no access to, haven't seen a cent of it, and that's because according to my grandmother, I didn't play the ball and I didn't play the cards necessary for me, and even though I've been homeless, shot at, I've been fucking stabbed, I went to jail in Florida, got fucking all kinds of things. Like, I just didn't want to follow in the footsteps of the coach class, you know, the oh, indubitably and marvelously and certainly, darling. Dude, fuck you. I had friends who were minorities. I had friends from all the wrong sides of the train tracks, and I took great pride in that. Because I didn't want to get along with other Arthurs. I hated other fucking people named Arthur or Trent or one of these pretentious fucking aristocrat names. Hated it. So then I went through beta programming, liberal arts, law major at UMass Boston. I basically did very well as a liberal arts student. All the Democratic, communist, piece of shit professors loved me. And as I got good grades, my grandmother was like getting really excited. And she basically said, in my own interpretation, you're gonna be a rich corporate shill cock rag for the international system. Oh yeah, you'll be shilling for Pfizer and making money, and all these people are gonna like you and flock towards you. And I just wanted to throw up all over her fucking Lexus. I really did. And don't call me ungrateful either. I'm a fucking orphan. My house was foreclosed upon as a child. I even fucking slept in my abandoned house. You want to fucking talk to me about adversity? Come down to Tennessee. I'll be waiting with bells on, motherfucker. So going back to what I was saying, I went through this beta programming in college where they taught me how it was illegal to be a man. If you're a white man, you're just a fucking colonizer. And the irony is, sure, I might be related to British colonizers, the Rothschilds, and the people who carved up South Africa and took it all over. You know what? I don't give a shit because I denounced that. I denounced those fucking people. And because I didn't want to get in with those people in that network, I ended up being homeless. You know why? Because what happened was, I got excommunicated. Right before I was 27 years old, I got excommunicado, like in John Wick, right in the middle of one of the worst blizzards in New England, broke, while I was living in a halfway house in fucking Lowell with convicted murderers. Okay? And that's all because I didn't want to play the game and become rich. And that's what I wanted to discuss with you. That's called the win big, lose big psyop. You can either become this rich extraordinaire in the face of all of your adversities, but the second you even become remotely a product of your adversity and you fall to some of the things that you've been struggling with, you've been fucking rubbed out. You've been rubbed out, forgotten about, left for fucking dead because you didn't want to join the Lucky Sperm Club. You know why? Because I stand for the United States Constitution, national sovereignty, populism, and freedom to do whatever you wish, so long as you are a law-abiding citizen. So my grandmother, she probably loved globalism, hated populism, hated my grandfather, Grenville Clark Jr., and he was an alcoholic because he couldn't stand the fact that his father, Grenville Clark Sr., invented the war draft. Yeah, he wrote the legislation for the war draft that FDR adopted. He wrote the policies for the first 100 days of FDR's presidency. And he rewrote the